How do you feel about moving to LA at your age to really go head deep into this? Pouring out of my heart, the first thing that jumped out, as it always does, and I'm like, we're here. Welcome to my nook here in LA. So yes, we did an adventure across country. An adventure is one word for short. I'll unravel that at another point, but welcome back to Live Free TV. Sarah Kirokoni, now a West Coast girl. LA, baby. It's been a long time in the works. I've actually been thinking of moving to LA for about 2 years now. And I remember it was not this past December, but the one before it. I'm lost in years by now, 2020 maybe? And I stepped off an airplane in LA, and in my heart, I knew and said, Sarah, you know this is your next home. And from that point forward, it was just making the actions towards it happen in the right time. Because I tried one other time and it didn't go so fluidly. What I'm here to talk about today, I had a meeting last week and it was with a producer for a film. We're doing a short film. It's a role that I did get for acting. I'll be acting in it, so yay. And off the record, just natural conversation, he asked me, how do you feel about moving to LA at your age to really go head deep into this? And there's the first pouring out of my heart, the first thing that jumped out, as it always does. And I'm like, there's no better time than now. And then as I start to unravel that, one, I'm not that old. Second of all, age itself is just one element in an entire category for what goes into anyone's success, no matter what job, genre, career path that you're in. It is just one element. There's so much else. There's talent, there's natural ability, there's determination, perseverance, looks, connections, network. There's so many pieces of the pie that just to focus on one, to say, I can't do this isn't for me, that's the limiting belief that I just cannot live behind or even fathom. It sounds so weird just to even come out of my mouth as I'm saying it. So when he asked me, how do you feel about it? I said, I feel incredible. I will never in my life look back and want to regret something, because if not now, when? And it's not that I stopped all the other projects I was doing, because one creative passion fuels another. So doing content for this channel, Live Free TV, doing the podcast over on Never Settle, the other entrepreneurial endeavors, which you're going to be hearing a lot more about, especially in regards to wealth. They're all pieces of the creative pie, doing script writing in the morning and doing articles that I do as contributing writer for various magazines. They're all different ways of using different creative resources. So my response in the simplest form is, I feel great. If not now, when? What am I gonna do? Sit back in Miami for another 20 years and say, oh, if I only went to LA, what could have happened? That's just that's soul crushing. That's the kind of stuff that keeps you awake at night when you're older. I think Gary Vee says this, and he says, hang around old people more often. And the biggest regret is not that they didn't want more followers, that's for darn sure. They didn't want to work more and didn't have to do with so much more money. It's the things that they didn't take action on that they miss more than the regret of doing something and falling. I don't like to use the word failure, because if you muff up on something and you take a lesson out of it, I don't perceive that as a failure. I see it as you learned a lesson, now move forward. And it's either you never fail in something. It's either you succeed at your goal or you learn a lesson. Those are the only two options that I see. So in all of this, I know my success is inevitable. I know this is gonna happen. I feel it. And I'm here with purpose and intention. I do not take no for an answer. I just see it as a redirection. And if not now, when? So this is the absolute perfect time for me moving to LA. And I couldn't be more happy and joyous. I will be still traveling around for whatever work pops up. I feel at peace and at ease with a decision. And I think at the end of the day, when your intuition tells you that, then that's a success. Those are little successes that come along with it. So you will see a lot more content to come here. This is my nook in creative space. The flow of water and energy. You recognize this airport. We did some videos on this. And actually, I have a lot of content that I would love to use from my trip to Singapore and more in Indonesia. All the good fortune that'll be coming in, I did a lot of feng shui in the apartment, so I feel really good and at peace and ease. And this is a space of creativity and light. Get the sunlight coming in here, and that means that whatever step had been taken before, it's all meant to be. It's all here, and it's not luck, it is choice. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in hope. Hope is like, pah. I believe in fate, action, and choice. And my choice for moving here to LA, to the West Coast, it feels good. So on that note, if there's anything that you've been wanting to do and you have any doubt within inside of you as to, is this right for me? When I made this decision, I said 5-10 years from now, what do I see myself doing? And if I don't do this, will I regret it? And if the answer is yes, I would regret it, then by all means, you go head first and you jump into it. Time is something that we will never get back, so make the most of it that you can and go out and live free, meaning these choices here, that they resonate here, here, and here, and here too, because you have to use your hands for something than taking action. All right, more to come from the West Coast, LA, more insights and adventures, because this is a new grand adventure from coast to coast, baby.